How do we balance hospitality and minimalism? A lot of us, we like the idea of hosting and bringing people together, and yet we don't want the extra stuff like being stressed and anxious and going crazy because nothing is going the way that we want it to go. Or maybe I'm just talking about myself here. So Micah and I have hosts a lot in our life, and we absolutely love that. We love the quality time and the quality conversations, and it's just so fun to bring people together and be able to get to know them on a different level. And so when Micah and I realized that the main purpose of hosting was actually for us to be present and to spend that quality time with them and to get to know them, then everything else didn't matter. I didn't understand why I started freaking out because of what my house looked like or what we were going to eat and all of these other extra things, instead of focusing on us being there with the people and to be able to just serve them and be there with them and having great conversations with them. And so some of the things that Micah and I do and don't do when we are hosting is, first, we don't do any extra cleaning. First, I'm expecting myself that I've already cleaned enough on a daily basis that we are not living in a pig zone. And so what I mean by that is I'm not on a cleaning schedule. I'm not on a clean freak anything. Like I know that some of us, we love our home to be sparkling clean. I am not like that. I clean because this is where I live, and I just need it to be functional enough. And so I wipe my counters every day. I vacuum right under the table or dining table in a kitchen area, and that's kind of pretty much it. I don't scrub the toilets and the showers every week or anything like that. Like I do it when it's dirty, but that's it. And so on a daily basis, it's already clean enough for us to be around people. And so I don't do any extra cleaning. I think that a lot of us, we like realness. We like relatability. And so for me anyway, when I go over to somebody else, when it's perfect, then I know it's kind of fake in a kind way. And I understand that people have taken the time to present themselves well or present their home well. But to me I don't feel that you need to do that for me. If we're real friends, then you're okay for me seeing your mess. Essentially, that's how I see it. And so, we don't do any extra cleaning. We like simple hosting. And so what simple hosting is for us is that we really like brunches or afternoon tea parties because it is so simple. And some of the things that Mike and I like to do is we like to outsource as much as possible. So we outsource, we do potluck style, and I will be doing a homemade something easy, like a bread and strawberry jam or cookies, or like something very simple and easy, and something that I do often enough that it's like brainless and I don't have to think about it. So that those are the main things for us, because I think that comes a point. So we used to host a lot for dinners, and we still do sometimes. Like it's not like perfect, but we apply the same things when we host for dinners, like in a sense that we do not stress about it. It will be potluck style. It will be all of these things that do not have to be perfect, because I'm a person who likes to be in control of everything and everybody, which you can't. So I like to be in control, and I like things to be perfect. So 95% of my personality type is to be in control, and the 5% of the other personality type is to make everything look perfect. And obviously we know that perfection is not a thing, and so outside of God, and so it's just kind of silly for me to think like that. But anyway, and so when we take that in mind and realize that what is simple hosting exactly, and that we apply all of those things and remember why we're hosting and choosing to do that, then everything else I'm able to let go. It is kind of crazy. And the other thing that I do is I like to train our girls to be able to host and to learn what it is to host. Because first, I do not want the example for me setting for the girls that later on they equate hosting equal stress. I just didn't want that. I wanted them to know that hosting is a beautiful thing, to bring people together, to have fellowship and conversations and quality time and all these great things. And so I didn't want me to be that not burden, but like just a bad example, I guess, for them to not want to host or to have like an aversion to hosting. And the other reason is because I believe it's so important for them to learn how to service other people, how to serve people without anything in return. And for me, when it's so funny actually, when I was in university, one of my younger sister, she was telling me that she likes volunteering and likes to give her time away because of different causes that she likes and whatever. And I remember looking at her, and it's gonna sound terrible, but I just looked at her and I said, why? They don't pay you. Like, what's in it for you? Why are you doing that and wasting your time? And that mindset, that entitled mindset, I don't want in our home. I don't want in our girls. And so we are teaching them the best of our ability to be able to serve other people. And so, yeah, those are the main three things that we do when we host. Because at the end of the day, when we think about that, minimalism is not just about less stuff. Of course, I started my minimalism journey with like getting rid of stuff and keeping only the things that I want to keep. And so most of us start with stuff. But the more it evoluted, sorry, I'm French here. Not bringing out my word here. The more it went, the more I started realizing that I can apply the less stuff or keeping only intentional things that I wanted to keep to my mind and to all of the other areas of my life. And so here, what I'm talking about with hosting people and hospitality is that I want less mind clutter. I want peace and joy and all of these things. So I started applying that in like our hosting and events and our calendar or just every area of the life, and realizing that the less clutter I have in my mind and just like all these stressful situations, the better it was.